Muchas gracias, Marcelo. A continuación,
Thank you very much, Marcelo. Now, topic number 2, which is the presentation of Yukio Adachi on protecting infrastructure failure in Japan. He is English-speaking secretary of the E3 committee, and now he has 20 minutes for his presentation.
Okay, thank you very much. Kind introduction, Mr. Chairman. My name is Yukio Adachi from Japan. I'm from the Hanshin Expressway. My company is the same as the Ray Fujita presented in the morning. Okay, so my title of my presentation is the Unpredicted Infrastructure Failure. This is not related to the disaster management, but this is the result of the PIARC special project. So probably you might have the interested in this topic, I'm sure. Okay, so okay, so this is the introduction part. All of you know in this room that what is a PIARC. The core role of the PIARC is the knowledge exchange. So PIARC developed the technical committees to make the key role of the dissemination and exchange of the technical information during a 4-year cycle period. Under the rapid change in the road environment, some emerging issues to be urgently discussed outside of the TC activities were identified. One of the issues is UIF. So what is UIF? UIF is the unpredicted infrastructure failure. So PIARC now currently defined the UIF as the instances where failure occurs on an asset that is deemed in good condition and is well maintained. Failure means here is the, can be defined as the closure or collapse of an asset that leads to loss of service, such as the closure of a bridge. So PIARC launched the special project in order to investigate the management technique of the UIF. So the purpose of this study is to support road administrators in understanding key learnings which will enhance the mitigation and response of the management for the UIFs. And this project was supervised by the PIARC project observation team, which include the PIARC expert and TCD3 bridge engineering people, and our committee, TCE3, disaster management. So that is why I presented this topic. So this is a mapping of the collected UIF case studies. We had 7 from the high-income countries and 2 from the low-income countries. Also, we collected a different kind of the UIFs. This is a picture of the UIF case studies. We collected the 15 case studies. Most of the collected UIF case studies are related to the component failure of the bridges. We made the phone interview for collecting the data, but due to the limited time of the interview time, we just focused on the management techniques for the UIFs. The quality of the information really depends on the country situation. So low quality, or I can say very limited quality in low-income countries, whereas the very high quality in high-income countries. So this is a schematic image of the UIF impact and UIF recovery in the system performance plane. We studied how we can improve the system performance, or I can say how we can improve the green area as much as possible. So we use the incident management cycle for studying the UIFs. As you know, what is the incident management cycle? Incident management cycle consists of the 4 element cycles. So mitigation, preparedness, and response, and recovery. So first of all, I analyze the UIF from the mitigation phase. This figure shows the triggers of the UIFs. Oh, I don't like it. Triggers of the UIFs. Almost 2/3 of the triggers are related to the component failure. That means most of the component failure are related to the design and construction, and also the inspection and repair program. Before analyzing each UIF case study, I would like to introduce the one well-known definition of the disaster. Okay, here, disaster is a crisis situation that far exceeds their capabilities. Again, disaster is a crisis situation that far exceeds their capabilities. So I can say that the disaster is a function of the not only the hazard level, but also the function of the capacity level. According to the definition, disaster can be expressed as shown in this figure. So I can apply the similar idea to the study of the UIFs. Say we have the, I don't like it. So if we say, stop. Oh, no, okay, oh, stop. Okay, I don't like it. So say we have the incident field as in the green field here. I think almost all incident could be prevented or mitigated by the good inspection and repair program, or good design and good design and construction. I would say this area as the maintenance environment. No, stop. So I think the UIF will occur outside of this maintenance environment. So if we have the big matured maintenance environment, that means the large area of the maintenance environment, almost all incidents could be prevented or mitigated. Contrary say, if we have the poor maintenance environment, I can say we will have a lot of the UIFs. So using this idea, we mapped UIF case studies in the maintenance environment field. Here I will introduce the maintenance environment plane. No, stop. Okay. So in the lateral axis shows the infrastructure robustness, and the vertical axis shows the maintenance performance. So this area means the minimum value. That means this area, green area, shows the poor maintenance environment. And this is the minimum line, and this is the good line. So here the gray area shows the minimum maintenance environment. And here is beyond the good line, so that this shows the good maintenance environment. We mapped the 15 case studies here. The result is like this. Almost all the UIF case studies are categorized into these four categories. First one, this UIF case study, no. Case study contributed from the Belgium. The heavy truck here tried to pass through this very old bridge. But this truck was too heavy to pass through this bridge. And then UIF occurred. But this is the direct cause. But they have another huge behind factor. The other factor is that this bridge was owned by local government and all designed and all constructed and owned by the local government. Local government, sorry, say that they don't have enough budget to perform the good maintenance. So UIF occurred. After the event, they changed their maintenance management for such a smaller asset. They introduced the bridge management system to better performance of the maintenance. Our assets getting older and older, so change in the management of such a small asset will be very important to all of us. Okay. Next one is contributed from the Bolivia. This case study is shown here. No. Okay. This case study shown here, the slip of the newly invented anchor system collapsed. So collapsed. The bridge, newly invented and newly installed anchor collapsed. The bridge due to the lack of the enough pre-performance test. But this bridge has another factor. The designer and the inspectors and the maintenance officer are the same person, so that there was no real review, maintenance review, and no check system was activated. And no maintenance protocols could be also another factor. So there is no possibility to detect the sign of the UIFs. Okay, this is the well-known UIF contributed from the Canada, Quebec. This, oh no, I don't like this system. Okay, so this bridge, this has the Gerber's hinge here, and there was the defect in the hinge section. And the deterioration, that's a hinge section, this bridge was destroyed like this. But nobody knows that the fact that before the event, were not constructed also. So, and also this bridge was well maintained according to the current maintenance engineering practices. So I can say this event is really unforeseen event. It was really sudden failure. But there existed an information gap between the patroller insight and engineer judgment. What they improve this, prevent this event, is that they introduce non-destructive assessment on the monitoring inspection in order to enrich the inspection level. Okay, the last one, fourth road bridge. Fourth road bridge. The fourth road bridge from Scotland. This end link, here we have the end link. Here we have an end link, like this. Fractured in the beam. This end link was failed by the stress concentration due to the loss of the, oh no. loss of the hinge function here. This bridge was well maintained and by the weekly routine and periodical inspection. During the routine inspection, the damage was found and the bridge was soon closed for the emergency repair. This kind of shear damage will propagate very quickly, so that they thought that they need a more frequent inspection. So they introduced a critical element inspection program during their monitoring inspection for enriching the inspection level as well. Stop. Okay. So, for the reaction of the UIF event, almost all road administrators improve maintenance environment in somehow. Enhancing the maintenance performance. No, stop. Enhancing the. Stop. Stop. Enhancing the maintenance performance is one idea, and enhance the robustness or reduce the demand is also the one idea. Anyway, enriching the maintenance environment is a key component of the management of the UIFs. This table shows the current practice in the inspection of the road infrastructure. Stop. Road infrastructure. Generally say the mature maintenance environment covers daily inspection, routine inspection, no stop, periodic inspection, the special inspection. Currently, the UIF experienced countries try to improve their inspection system by enriching the daily or weekly inspection in order to introduce the monitoring concept in the inspection. Next. Okay. Next is the preparedness phase. Okay. Next. Okay. So this is a survey answer about the emergency response plan. Okay, stop. Stay. The half of the road administrator has a generic emergency response plan. But the rest of them, no plan. Because of the this figure interests me a lot. ありがとう。レーザー。Okay. Okay. So this figure is very interesting to me. That because all the natural disaster countries have at least the emergency response plan. But the UIF countries, some of the UIF countries do not have emergency response plan. This indicates that the no-natural disaster countries are not familiar with such sudden onset event as UIFs. This indicates that the effect of the UIF would be more larger than in non-natural disaster countries. Next. Okay. Next. Okay. Okay. Communication with the road users and wider community is a fundamental component for managing and coordinating a response to the UIFs. For the reputational management, communication was very important. Because the UIF event blame can quickly shift onto the organization responsibility for managing the asset. According to the case studies that has no communication strategy in place or did not divert enough attention to the communications, we found there was a negative public response to the UIFs. Next, I'll show you the excellent case study, especially in terms of the communication. This is a case of the bridge closure of the fourth bridge. The successfully harnessed any kind of media for communicating road users and road administrators as much as possible. This is what they wrote in the web page. Fourth road bridge communication. Broadcast, print, and digital media were harnessed to promote public understanding and highlight the essential and possible role of the engineers within the society. Feedback was overwhelmingly positive, meaning stakeholders and had confidence in the team, and the site workers in particular became heroes of the situation. Okay, next please. And the recovery phase. In the recovery management phase, the wider impact should be considered beyond just the replacement of the asset. So quick recovering is an essential in the recovery management. Okay, say next. So next. So this shows the recovery time of the UIFs. Recovery from the full closure of the asset. The average, the full closure reached almost 4 months. But most of them are less than 2 months. I think this is a good job. Okay, conclusions. Okay, UIF management is a special case of the incident management. Fundamental emergency management protocols are indispensable. And a good maintenance environment is a basic form to prevent UIFs or minimize impact of the UIFs. Road administrators keep eye on their communication for positive trust and response from the public. Only a small number of the UIFs were assessed in this project. Continuing research is needed. And a final message from the PIARC observation team, POT members. Deep cultivation for the maintenance environment, as well as the emergency and the communication management, is identified as a good practice to prevent UIFs and to minimize the impact of the UIFs. Thank you very much.